to the new Heath Ceramic manufacturing plant and a sales point here and the shipping point. I am so happy to be here this morning because this company really represents, yet again, another successful recruitment, if you will, and attraction of our city to manufacturing. And I want to congratulate Robin and Catherine for their decision to locate here. It's about 20,000 square feet that they're starting here, and the hope is that in the next 3 years they'll grow with our help and with the help of a good, strong economy in the city, that they'll grow from the 20,000 square foot starting blocks here to hopefully about 60,000 square feet in the next 3 years. Now, Heath Ceramics is now based out of Sausalito, but I know Robin's going to give you a lot of history of the Heath family and how they took over about 8 years ago. But I want to say this, that for them to come here at this time and to make a go at it is a wonderful story for our city, because we've been recruiting companies like Heath Ceramics to actually do manufacturing right here in our city. And so you're going to see actually clay being manufactured right here to produce this kind of beautiful type of setting. This kind of tile you'll see in areas like San Francisco Museum of Modern Art, as well as Los Angeles. It's a wonderful tile ceramic. You also see their dinnerware. Their dinnerware is world-renowned, and it is already in dinnerware that's sold to places like Slanted Door and Chez Panisse and Brasserie 44 and some of the other really fine eating establishments in San Francisco and the Bay Area. And their dinnerware is already well known, and it's going to actually be, the Sausalito plant will continue manufacturing that, but the new tile, the kind of decorative ceramics will be manufactured here, from the actual making of the clay to developing orders here to actually sending it out and delivery right here, and you're actually standing in the way in which it will be trucked out and delivered here. So this is a great manufacturing plant. It will hold initially about 34 employees that will be here. They're all making great salaries and will have health insurance benefits and 401k matching funds, so that's a great contribution to our workforce. And again, so important these days at a manufacturing plant, blending the artisan type of design that they have with the actual manufacturing here is based here in San Francisco. So I would say that our city is so fortunate, because if you're in social gaming, you're manufacturing here. If you're in ceramics, you're manufacturing here. If you're doing biotech, you're manufacturing here. We've done a lot in this city to really invite companies that want to manufacture here, and especially for this type of industry where I think the workforce is even more diverse. You're going to have people here that can really work with their hands, work with the design firms that the Heath company has attracted to do the really fine, high-class both dinnerware as well as ceramics. And so I am so glad to welcome Heath here and to welcome Robin and Catherine here to San Francisco, right on this northeast sector of the Mission area, right in the heart of where a lot of other manufacturing things are going on as well. So congratulations, Robin and Catherine. Congratulations to SF Made. I have Katie here as well, who's been working really hard with our San Francisco Office of Economic and Workforce Development to attract businesses of this nature. And it's really nice to also see SF Made have a manufacturing plant who really is going to make this, all these fine ceramics right here in San Francisco. So congratulations, Katie, and to Robin and Catherine. Thank you very much for locating here. And I hope it's not a risk for you. I hope this is just the beginning of a wonderful story, and you're going to tell us a little bit about how Mrs. Heath started her career actually here. The funny part is she started on Clay Street. Robin, please come on up. Thank you. Good to see you. Thank you.
Mayor Lee. Greetings and thank you everybody for coming. Unlike Mayor Lee, I don't do a press conference every day, so my remarks are a little bit more prepared. So Kathy and I came to Heath Ceramics in 2003. It's been 8 years now, and we came there by way of curiosity and passion. In Heath, we found an iconic company that had a firm foundation for design-led manufacturing, but needed some reinvigoration. Our goal has been and remains to return craft and design back to its important role in American manufacturing and life. We want to set an example for other companies to show the possibilities, and that's why we're here today and doing what we're doing and plan to do over the next many decades. As we look to expand our factory and bring more of Heath dinnerware and tile to our customers, San Francisco was always where we envisioned we would look next. It was the town where influential potter and designer of the modernist era, Edith Heath, created her timeless products in the very beginning in a small home studio on Clay Street in the late 1940s right here in San Francisco. So in Kate Sophus and SF Made, we found possibility where we didn't expect it. We communicated our vision for a space that could allow us to create, innovate, share, and curate an experience. We didn't think initially that a manufacturing facility within the city limits of San Francisco could be a reality, but here we are today to celebrate that realization. Kate understood our language, believed in our company, and connected us with a building owner willing to support our vision. You guys are all back there somewhere.
Fred, come on.
You guys should come on up. So as we grow a company, as we grow as a company, Heath remains committed to local artisan manufacturing. As our delivery van that's parked behind us reads, Heath Ceramics are still made in Sausalito since 1948. And today we add San Francisco to that phrase, but the honesty and spirit of that notion remains true. Our new location in a neighborhood known for its history of manufacturing and production allows us to connect with a vibrant design and creative community and to share the making process with the customers who enjoy our products and bring them into their homes and lives. We believe in building community, and we're achieving that not only through job creation, but in seeing manufacturing as a way of enhancing the urban environment. We seek to reclaim the city as a creative core, introducing a new and diverse community of makers and crafters in a really positive way. By making things in this community, we will have a better perspective of our culture and the culture of others who will create with us in our new neighborhood. This will help us remain true to our values to make business decisions with community in mind. And I can't emphasize that enough. So we're proud to be among more than 200, I think it's 215 as of today, San Francisco-based manufacturers, part of SF Made, who are helping to reinvigorate the city as a core for artisan manufacturing. And we thank Mayor Ed Lee and Supervisor Kim, who could not be here today, for creating an environment that supports local urban business. And also thank you to 550 Florida LLC and the David Allen Trust, the owners of the building, for working with us to provide and transform the space and share our vision. We also want to thank Allison Kelly from Pacific Community Ventures. I thought I saw her. There she is, sticking in the back. As well as Vince Siciliano and Rob Holden from New Resource Bank, whose belief in the value of small businesses and the benefit of investing in community made this project entirely possible. And of course, grateful thanks to everything Kate Sophus has done and will continue to do, I'm sure, in bringing us together today. And all of you guys that I've mentioned have each supported our vision, and you make the news today an exciting reality. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Kate Sophus, Executive Director of SF Made, and I also want to recognize Mark Dwight, who is the original founder of the vision of having an SF Made. SF Made was created only 2 years ago with 12 local manufacturers and the vision that we could reconnect the sector that we had here and that over time we could help San Francisco reclaim its rightful place as a home for artisan scale manufacturing. And I think reaching today 215 member companies who collectively, right now, already currently employ close to 3,000 people across companies just like Heath. We are beginning to really realize that vision. When we started SF Made, the thought was less that we would be looking to the outside to bring lots of companies into the city. It really began with the thought that let's look at what we already have here. Let's start with what we've indigenously grown and help these companies better connect with each other and better tap into the resources that the city had available to it. I think what we didn't really understand was the power and the amplification that would really happen when we started to make those connections. And when we look at what has really happened to bring a company like Heath, frankly, back to its roots, back to where it came from, it really is this power of community. And thinking of that word, whether it's looking to resources like Pacific Community Ventures, who have a long history of bringing senior business advisory capacity to companies as well as equity investment, whether we're looking at New Resource Bank, who is a bank that was created and founded here in San Francisco not so long ago, and really was someone who was able to step forward and see the possibility in this vision that other banks may not have been able to realize so quickly. And if I recognize the owners of this building, the David Allen Trust family, who have a history in many buildings in this neighborhood of really, frankly, being incubators of small business. And the city itself, the Office of Economic and Workforce Development, the planning department, the building department, we have this, I think, asset in San Francisco because we are small, we are tightly connected, and we can make things happen in relatively short periods of time that other cities can't. So I want to say today, I want to honor San Francisco, I want to honor Heath and the power of what we are beginning to create together. And I hope I can stand here a year from now having helped hire 30, 40 people, and that we will see there will be other companies both starting and growing here and coming back into the city, following in Heath's footsteps. So thank you for sharing in this adventure today. Thank you, Mayor Lee. Thank you, City of San Francisco. And thank you, Heath.
Okay, thank you. Congratulations, everyone. I want to put that tile down before something happens. It's still tile, still ceramics. Questions?
What about the subway and the grand jury? I mean the report.
We'll put the ceramic tile in the subway too. Make it artistically beautiful. In fact, I think that would be a great place to have artistic tile, right? In the subways, that's where you want some of the most beautiful walls to shine there. You just got a great idea there. Central Subway is still going through. We are on our way very strongly to make sure that we get the full funding grant agreement by the end of the year. Every federal step of approval has been there. Every audit has not only survived, it's shined, and the bids for the tunnel part of it have already been bidded out. They're under budget. Very good for our city, so thank you. Any others?
So I just wonder that why is that he's make a decision to move to Sausalito, then move back, and what in San Francisco attract you to back? Yeah.
Well, one of the things I want to clarify is that we've got a number of locations now. We've got the original location in Sausalito, which will stay there. We've got a small store in the Ferry Building here in San Francisco that opened about 2 years ago. We also have a location in Los Angeles. So we're a real California company. And this move to San Francisco is another opportunity to do exciting things in another part of California. So the decision we ran out of space in Sausalito, and our business has done very well. We've grown from 24 people 8 years ago to over 100 people today. All the original employees, by the way, many of them still work there. About 15 of them still work there from the original 24. The rest are retired. And San Francisco is a creative community. And we believe that if you're going to do creative things in manufacturing, you should do them in a creative place. If you want to make vibrant products, you should do them in a vibrant place. If you want to make beautiful products, you should do them in a beautiful place with the skilled people and the community to support that.
You know, if you just take a look at some of the examples that they have here, you can imagine what we're doing with a company like Twitter, for example. Shorensteins are spending $80 million to retrofit the SF Furniture Mart building. In that retrofit, when Twitter moves in, they're going to want beautiful spaces. They're going to want innovative ideas there. And again, this ceramics stuff is going to be fantastic additions to that. We just opened Autodesk, as you saw, mid-market. Every renovation that goes on in mid-market or the building of Salesforce and the 14 acres in Mission Bay, they're going to all want the most beautiful things to show. And I think they're going to be making a call to you, Robin and Catherine, to put their orders in, I'm sure, especially after they know you're right here, and they can add value to local manufacturing of these wonderful, wonderful artisan designed clay ceramics.
You can tell that Marilee really wants this to happen because he's already selling for us. Hope those orders come through.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah, we talked about one of the other attractive things is that we are here now in a place where there's a workforce here. And we want to be able to hire people from the neighborhood. We want people to be able to be proud of living and working in that same neighborhood. To be able to not get stuck in Golden Gate Bridge traffic like I did this morning. Have the option to take public transport, ride their bicycle, walk to work. All those things that the city is working hard to make better and better and to offer its citizens. So that's the other exciting opportunity that we have here that we're thrilled to be able to achieve after all these years.
How many of the 34 employees would be new hires versus people coming from Sausalito?
You know, it's going to be a mix, and our plan is still in the works. We know that to start out with. We're going to need about 34 people with everything that we plan on doing here. There's going to be a mix of people who are going to want to stay over there, and there will be new jobs opening up there as we expand other operations. So we'll be expanding operations in Sausalito and over here at the same time. So there'll be a mix of people. We don't have an exact number right now. We'll see how we do after 1 year and see how we do after 2, 5, and 10 years.
You know, one of the nice things that, you know, going back to this idea that we're a compact city and we're really incredibly well linked collectively with the city, SF Made has a program right now that we've launched in partnership with the city called Hiring Made Better that allows us to work collaboratively with the city's workforce development network of organizations to help local manufacturers hire. So we'll be able to use that program when it comes time to help Heath Hire to actually reach out into the communities to access workers through Goodwill Industries, Arriba Juntos, Chinatown One Stop, and to find highly qualified people to help Heath place those people and to also help exercise the city's enterprise zone tax incentive program, which we still have available to us and is in effect for this neighborhood. So those are some examples, I think, of how this very collaborative environment that we've set up in partnership with the city is really going to benefit an organization, a company like Heath.
Yeah, and to follow on Kate's remarks there are a lot of incentives because there's a lot of access to these kind of programs that are not always found in areas that are not urban environments like San Francisco. And so we're very excited about that opportunity. You know, a lot of the questions I have been asked when I've mentioned that we are opening another facility in San Francisco to manufacture tile to other tile manufacturers, other manufacturers that are in our network. They say, why are you doing that? It's so expensive. And actually, when we run the numbers, it's actually cheaper to do it in San Francisco because we have all these incentives, because we have the hiring programs, we have the resources for the employees that we're going to be able to hire and that are going to be good quality employees that are going to stick with us for year after year after year. You know, one of the hardest things to do for any business and that leads into a success is hiring the right people right off the bat. And so there's a lot of opportunities. It is not a more expensive place for us to do manufacturing. There's a lot of advantages to it.
So can you talk a little bit about what kind of incentives you got? Is that the tax or other things?
Well, we haven't gotten any actual incentives, but I'm just saying that the opportunities are there, as Kate said, for enterprise zone tax credits, and also training programs that are available. There are also, for a company like ours that believes in paying a fair wage, paying health benefits, paying retirement benefits, we start with that. And so all the I guess you call them, the city does have certain requirements for employees in the way that they provide for their employees. We already do that. And so because we already do that, because it's the right thing to do anyway, it's not really a difference for us to move to San Francisco. In fact, we already go above and beyond what those levels are.
Yeah, I think, as we've discovered in working over the last couple of years with manufacturers, one of the advantages we now have, because we have sort of this central partnership focused on manufacturing, which when we started I think was fairly novel at the time. The idea that an older, expensive American city like San Francisco would sort of try to reclaim its own manufacturing sector seemed quite almost frivolous to some people when we started. I don't think that's the perception anymore. But part of what we are able to do as an organization, and we now have a staff of 4, is really sort of act as a guide to any of our manufacturers, existing or companies who might be thinking to come into the city, to really help them navigate and best take advantage of the existing incentive programs. I think philosophically, the city generally is trying to do a better job of taking advantage of the things we already have to deploy them to all companies. So if you use the example of the enterprise zone, on average, I would say 70% of our manufacturers, when we first meet them, who are already here, don't realize they're in the enterprise zone, or they hadn't somehow figured out how to actually file for their own tax credits. So this is a perfect example where what we do is we sort of very proactively make it very clear not only what these opportunities are, whether it's enterprise zone. We have energy efficiency programs in place that many of these manufacturers actually can take advantage of, but might not have occurred to them to do that. We have programs that are at the state level, federal level, around on-the-job training credits for particular employees. We have equipment depreciation advantages as a manufacturer that flow through federal tax programs. And even as I talk to you, your head starts to spin, mine does too. And so part of what we've tried to do is really make it much, much more straightforward and act as the city's partner to help our companies quickly and efficiently navigate this stuff. And where there aren't maybe obvious resources they can go to help them take care of these credits, the enterprise zone is a great example. SF Made actually now has in-house capacity to help our companies file their enterprise zone tax credits. So I think we now as a city are starting to see there's a real advantage to having sort of this concerted public-private initiative focused on this sector, because it allows us to collectively aggregate our resources in a much more powerful way for the companies.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for being here.